Okay, what's going on, everybody? It's the One Nation Podcast 664, and I'm here with my favorite two people, Miss Ashley Mallory and
What's
my guy,
up?
Kenny Moore.
What's up, family? What's up, family?
Not much, man. I think, like we were just talking, Ashley says she got a little cough. I got a little something too. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't know what's going around, and it's been a crazy week so far. But
It has,
if I
but we
if
still
I remember
here.
right. Yeah, we still here. If I remember right,
We still
Kenny,
here.
you said our topic was prayer and purpose. Am I right?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, this is what I want both of you all to do for me. I
Okay,
I know the power of prayer. I've
come
I've,
on.
I've seen it. I've witnessed it. You know, I know what prayer can do. You know, like when they say prayer changes, they wasn't lying about that. It's the
Amen.
absolute truth. But I struggled for the longest trying to find my purpose, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just didn't know. We question ourselves sometimes, like when something don't work in our favor, we like, well, what am I here for? What is my purpose? What is my purpose? And that was one of those things that I struggled with for the longest. And going into this year, I thought I had found it, but I know what my purpose is, and it's more so not just, the father, the husband, but personally, you know, I've learned some things about myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I understand the true meaning of why I'm put on this earth.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Kenny, we do a lot of motivational things, and that's an avenue I've always wanted to take. But I really feel like, just with this podcast and talking to people, that my purpose is to reach others, if you know
Come
what I
on.
mean. And that's something that I'm walking into, and I'm living in it, and I'm loving it. It does something to me. It brings tears to my eyes sometimes to see us
Mm.
sit up here and talk to one another, and then you find out the message reaches other people. You know what I mean? And because I'm gonna be real with you, it's a lot of times on here we sit on here and we have like maybe 4 or 5 people listen, but it's people outside of that network that have reached out to me, and they be like, yo, you, Kenny and Ashley, y'all keep doing this motivational Tuesday or Wednesday, however we do it, because somebody is getting something out of it. You know what I mean?
Amen.
That's my biggest thing. But I'm not gonna dive too deep into it. Kenny, Ashley, whoever want to go first, you know how we're gonna do this. Let's talk about the power of prayer first.
Kenny, it's his subject. I
Oh,
gracefully bow out as going first. Plus, no, I'm excited. I love to hear Kenny speak.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I gracefully give you the floor.
But definitely, before I do anything, I want to ask y'all to continue to keep my family in prayers. I lost my uncle yesterday. We got a funeral this Saturday, so it's a lot on me. But
Mm.
Okay.
the power. This is
My
one thing about prayer.
condolences to you.
Yes,
The
sir.
power of prayer is a big thing, especially now for our family.
Right.
But definition I came up with first for starting things says the act or practice of praying to God or a God.
Mm.
So that prayer to me, what I've had to learn, and when I first started learning about prayer, my grandma used to always tell me, it ain't what you say. It doesn't matter what you say. Whatever's on your heart, you just say it, whether it's one word, whether it's a statement, whether it's a sentence, but I was doing it wrong for a long time because I was praying for myself first. That's not the key. You pray for others,
Mm.
whether it's
Mm-hmm.
sick, shut in, homeless. But I'm gonna take it a step farther and break down that word prayer,
Okay.
what it actually means, how I relate to it, and how it helps me. So you
Okay.
take the word pre. I had the word P. I had to learn how to practice prayer, and
Okay.
I'm still practicing, which means I'm
Mm-hmm.
still as I practice, I get better at something when you practice. So the R stands for I had to be relentless in my prayer.
Mm.
Come on.
Um, and then you take the A. My prayer has to be in alignment with what I'm dealing with or what I'm going through or who I'm praying for.
Mm.
Come
Then
on.
you take the
Come on.
Y. I had to learn how to yield to God's understanding of prayer and
Okay.
what God
Mm.
teaching me in it when I pray for something.
Mm.
Okay.
And then the E is I had to elevate. I'm elevating my prayer to a different level now because God is taking me to a different level to reach and touch men and motivate people. And then the other R stands for my prayer has always be righteous. Righteous. Right. So that's what prayer means to me. That's what prayer is for me.
Gotcha.
I like that.
Gotcha. What you got,
I like that. I like that. How do I feel like Kenny feel on something? What I'm supposed to say after that? We can go ahead and take collection. The doors of the church are open. Sing the benediction. We go home. Listen, he really covered everything. And you do, as you elevate, your prayer elevates, your faith elevates. And prayer is different for everyone.
Right.
I honestly feel like, for me, as far as the subject today, prayer and purpose, just like you were saying in the beginning, Thomas, I struggled for a minute and didn't really know why I was here besides these clothes and this fashion.
Gotcha.
And as much as I love it, I know God has something else. I just know it's deeper than that. Deeper than the surface, deeper than the superficial, because I'm deeper than that. So I know my God wouldn't just have me be just so surface minded. You know what I'm saying? I know that just can't be it. That's how Flying Saved came along. That's how I started, putting together and developing okay, this wall isn't just for me. This is to show someone else that this mountain can be moved. That's how I started talking about my Crohn's. And correlating the fashion and feeling good, which I'll discuss. I don't have all the details, but just an exclusive right quick. I will be having a fashion show for the city of Spartanburg and how fashion and health correspond and relate.
Awesome. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
You need some models, y'all. I'm here.
Hey,
listen, you, Sade, listen, we'll discuss it.
Okay.
Because I don't have all the final details of it, but we want to discuss, and this furthermore aligns with what my purpose is. Fashion and faith, fashion and health, fashion and well-being. Yes. My fashion may draw you to me. It may make you spark conversation with me. It may make you open up with me and feel comfortable with me. But what it allows me to do is tell you about God, pour into you. It's amazing.
Right. I understand exactly what you're saying. For the longest, I didn't know. Let me ask you this. Like Kenny said when he was talking about prayer, I used to think it was a certain way you had to pray. You know what I mean? I used to think it was a certain way you had to say your words, you had to do this, but it came to me that no, son, you talk to God, the way you need to. First and foremost, the conversations you have with God is between you and him. Nobody else is coming in on that. And I felt like, for the longest, I didn't think I knew what I was saying, but then I got it together. And it's funny how when you ask, and this is what I tell people, you got to be careful what you ask God for.
Yes.
Because he will give you exactly what you ask for. Yep. But the way he does it is a way you don't really understand. That's why they say God works in mysterious ways. Yep. You know what I mean?
Amen.
And I've seen some things, and I know we all have in our life, when we ask God to do this for me or remove this for me or do this, you start seeing things happening and everything. And I was one of those that wanted to question him, but I had to think, wait a minute. You the one asked for this. Now I wasn't gonna just take it away, the way you thought I was gonna take it away. I'm gonna spin it another way, and you're gonna be all right. And I've seen that, man. I know definitely over the last 3 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's power in prayer, and you just talk to God, the way you feel like you need to. You know what I mean?
His ways are not our ways. And thank God for that.
Yes.
Right.
Thank God for that. Like,
Right.
listen, how
For
many
real.
of us have asked God for something and
Uh-huh.
then later on were like, oh, I'm so glad he didn't give me what I asked for, but provided me with what I needed?
Right.
Because
He'll
had
show it
he
to you.
given me what I
Yeah.
asked for,
Yes.
Right.
you know
You're
what I
right.
mean? So
Mhm.
Yes.
that's, listen, prayer. That's why we always, well, let me just say me.
Okay.
That's why I would say, God, your will be done. Because, my
Mhm.
flesh will get in the way.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
my own understanding, my own thoughts, or what I think is best. You want to make God laugh, tell him your plans.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
You know
You're
what I'm
right.
saying? You want to make God
Right.
laugh, you tell him when you trying to do it,
Right.
instead
Yes.
of allowing it being in his divine time. So that's
Right.
why in my prayer I always include God, if it be in your will. That's like even in life or death. We really
Right.
do want people to be okay. And I do believe in miracles and supernatural healing. And I believe God does do a wondrous work.
Right.
Yeah.
But sometimes people's healing is not on this side.
That's true.
True.
God,
True. True.
your will be done
Right. You're right
Yes.
about that.
on earth as
As it
it
is in
is
heaven.
in
Yeah.
Come on, like it's
Yes.
right
Yes.
there.
Right there.
You right.
It's
You right.
right
You
there.
right.
It's
You're
right
right
there.
about that, Ashley.
It
Kenny,
is.
uh, it was something I wanted to ask you, man. Like I say, my condolences to you
Yeah.
and your
Definitely.
family today, bro. And then I remember last week, you know, um, we was talking, and I think I remember this correctly. You say you lost 6 family members in a year one
That was
time.
proud back.
Prior
Yes.
back, man. And I just want to say this, live, man. You always reach out to me, and when you sent that message out the other morning, man, I really felt that, and I said a prayer for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Because
Appreciate it.
you always looking out, man. And I
Yeah.
just want you to understand that you got a brother in me, you got a sister in Ashley, of course,
Yeah.
and
Amen.
man, we on your side, man. So
We
before we go
definitely
any
touching and agreeing.
right. Before we go any further, man, I want you to know that you got a brother here. There's anything you need, bro, pick up the phone.
Got you. I
We
got you.
here.
I
We here.
appreciate that, man. I
Yes,
appreciate it.
sir.
Definitely.
I mean
Yes,
that, bro.
sir.
Appreciate it. It means a lot. It means a lot.
Yes,
You know what that means. So both from both of y'all.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. But let me ask y'all this. Since we prayer and purpose, when the first time y'all seen prayer actually work? Like it was, what I mean
That's a
by
good
that.
question.
Yeah, and see what I mean by that, because somebody asked me that about 2 years ago. And I I had so many. It's like this. I had so many things to say, but when I actually seen it work, like for the first time, uh, it just grabs hold of me. I'm gonna share mine at the end. I'm gonna let y'all talk a little bit about if y'all can relate to that.
Go ahead, sis.
The first time I saw prayer work for my own self, when I say
Yeah.
for my own self, I mean when I recognized that I was big grown enough to understand what I was seeing, what was happening, and
Uh-huh.
knew it was not of my own doing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Was when I was dealing really heavy with grief.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And it wasn't anything tangible I could touch. It wasn't anything like that. It wasn't monetary.
Right.
It was like just a light bulb went off in my
Mm-hmm.
head,
Mm-hmm.
and my feelings changed, my heart changed,
Right. Right.
how
Mm-hmm.
I thought about this thing changed, because it was really trying to consume me.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean in a dark place.
I
It was
got you.
really trying to consume me, and the devil just like had me thinking off the wall stuff,
Yeah.
feeling like I'm by myself, like
Yeah.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Almost, like sometimes I start to like self-sabotage, just things that
Mm-hmm.
are like characteristically not me, but
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot going on and I didn't know how to deal. Like I had life stuff,
Yeah.
grief stuff,
Yeah.
parent stuff, bill stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I felt heavy and alone.
I got you.
And the devil will have you feel them things like nobody gets it, nobody understands. You the only one goes. Come on now, we know
Yeah.
I'm not the only
Yeah.
one dealing with grief. I'm not the only
Yeah.
one who's experienced it. I'm not the only one who's wondered how a bill was gonna get paid. But the devil will have you thinking you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
And he won't
You're right.
have you open your mouth. He won't have you reach out. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
all of
Mm-hmm.
that. So
Yeah.
it was just, it was literally like something hit me one like a ton of bricks because I had been very consistent in my prayer and just asking. I changed my prayer too, and then asking like, God, if you can't take it from me, give
Mm-hmm.
me the strength to endure.
That's
Right.
it. That's
Right.
it.
You
And
switched
that's
up,
when
yeah.
I realized when my prayer had changed and I started feeling different, like, that's got to be God. Because look
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
that just, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. You're right. You're
I'm
right.
not asking God to just, oh, take it from me. I don't want it. Just, heal
Yeah.
God. Now I'm just asking God for the strength to endure and the faith to know that I'm not alone and I'll be okay.
That's
Right.
it. That
Right.
part right there.
That's
Part right.
how I knew. You know what I'm saying?
I
That's
know.
how I knew for me that it was like, that's God.
Yep.
Because
Mm-hmm.
my flesh was not there. My flesh was weak and
Yep.
felt tired and
Understand.
depleted.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's how my
Yeah.
flesh felt. But when those prayers start to change, and that thing, when I changed how I was looking at those obstacles, I was like, that's
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because I used to look at, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna let Kenny go. I used to, let's say the I have a flat tire, right? I'm
Okay.
automatically like, dang, I'm gonna have to dip in this and I need to pay this with that money. My mind
Yeah.
is start thinking about all the other things I need to be doing. And now I'm
Yeah.
down the dumps, I'm crying and I can't call
Yeah.
nobody. And why me? This the last thing I need, all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I get a flat tire and I be like, God, I think I got the means to pay for to
You're
get
right.
this tire fixed.
You're right. You're right.
And I know you gonna continue to provide if I am having to dip into something else. I know
Mm-hmm.
you and bring me to this to not also cover that. Oh,
Right. 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 Right.
listen, when that mind
Right.
shift, when it's shifted like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's gotta be God. The
You're right.
worry,
Yep.
like the worry just wasn't there. The load didn't feel the same. You know
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
okay,
I
God,
feel
this
you.
ain't me. This is not my
Yeah.
flesh. This all you.
I feel you. I feel you, man.
Yes. That's good. That's good, sis. That's good. That's good. Now, I think as for me, man, when I first understood the power of prayer, I used to be one of the ones I always was wondering and guessing, was I gonna like ask you, how was I gonna be able to pay this bill? Was the money gonna be there? Was I gonna lose this? Was I gonna have to do this? Would I have to work here? Would I have to do that? And it got to a point where God said, why do you keep second guessing me?
Mm.
It's
Come on.
why do you keep questioning who I am and what I'm gonna do for you?
Come
And it
Mm-hmm.
really
on.
took one day. One day I was down in the dump shop. I was just down. I was down. I said, God, I'm not gonna question you no more. This is what I need. This is where I'm at. But I know at the end of the day, it's gonna be right on time. You're gonna show up right on time. And
Right.
when I tell you, man, when a man mailbox one day had a check in at $300-400. I had two
Yeah.
checks. I'm like, where does this come from?
Right, bro.
And it
Right.
was right.
Exactly.
Right.
It was right on time, bro. Right on
Right,
time.
man.
Like, man, I said, okay, Father, now I understand.
Right.
Now I understand. And like she was talking about grief, when I lost my grandmother, my dad, my mom, at
Mm.
the time it happened, I was pissed. I was pissed with God. I was upset.
Mhm.
But when I went back and understood what he had me to do with my mom, my dad, I understood why he did what he did. And I understood the power of prayer, because prayer changes, prayer heals, and prayer releases any toxins, any tension, any anger you have. So
Right.
that immediately switch went off and it went back to normal. I said, God, I'm sorry. He said, you got to be sorry. He said, you got the right to feel the way you feel. He said, but
Right.
that's why I gave you time to make peace with your dad and your mom. He
Mm.
said, you did what you needed to do. So that's prayer. That's being holding yourself accountable, listening, and putting one foot in front of the other foot. So prayer, man, prayer is a beautiful thing.
It is, man.
That's why I talk about that motivation line. You're gonna work on launching my motivation line called Push. Pray until something happens. You got to pray in it.
Come
You got to
on.
pray over it. You got to pray through it, and you got to
Right.
pray. You just got to simply pray. Get on your knees and pray. That's what Push stands for. Pray over it. Pray in it. Pray through it. I mean, push. You got to
Yeah.
push through things, and prayer is one of the key things that help you push through it. If you
Okay.
believe in it, it ain't what you say. It ain't how long you pray. It's what comes out.
Come
God
on.
gonna understand it.
Yeah.
God gonna understand it. God gonna take it and run with it, because
Come on.
He know what we're gonna say, what we're gonna pray for before we even pray for it.
You're right.
That
When I
part.
heard a guy say, he said, "What we got to get away from is stop praying for things.
Mm-hmm.
Don't pray for
See?
things."
You're right.
Yes.
That's what I'm learning. I want a new pair of shoes, God. I want $1 million. No, you don't pray for that.
Right.
If
Right.
God feels He wants you to have that, He'll give
Right.
it to you in due time. When He feels
You're
you
right.
understand prayer and understand what you need to do to get
You're right.
to get the whatever you need. You got to understand. You got to, it's all a process.
Right.
So I'm learning that, man. Don't pray for things. Don't pray for things.
You're right,
We
bro.
praying for things we're not even ready to take care
My point
of.
exactly. My
Right.
point exactly.
I think, well, no, I don't think. I know first time I seen the power of prayer, I was 15 years old. I never forget this. I remember like it was yesterday. My mom was always one of those that worked 2 jobs. She'd be she used to take care of kids at a local daycare here in Roebuck during the day. And at night she did janitorial work, kind of where I got it from. You know, she used to clean downtown Spartanburg Library. Her and a crew of maybe like 4. They brought me on and I started working, learning, you know, a little bit how to save money and the value of doing this and doing that or whatever. But I remember we went through a tough stretch. When I'm talking about, it was either you keep the lights on or you eat, you know, one of them. Which one is going to be? Well, it came down to mama always say, "Oh, we gonna eat." That's one thing we gonna do. You know what I mean? But we had another curveball that was thrown at us, and they I think the lights was cut off, and if I remember correctly, her check didn't come on time. So it was I never forget, man. It was a Friday morning. Woke up, lights off. No money in my pocket, no money in hers. She always was one of those that cooked every day. You know, back in the day, the mamas cooked all the time. That's all I did. It wasn't no. I didn't know nothing about. I knew about fast food, but I ain't know nothing about no fast food. You know what I mean? And it really broke her heart, man. And got on the phone, and I mean, I don't mind telling the story. She got on the phone, called the light company or whatever. She had to pay, you know, of course you got to pay this to get it turned back on. Then find out the check wasn't going to come till next week. Well, anyway, make a long story short, we sitting there, you know, at the house. Boom, lights come on. Hell, you know, going on here. Then next thing you know, it's a knock at the door. One of her childhood friends came back in town. Barbara, what you doing in here? You know, she didn't know the lights wasn't on or whatever. And she came through, tossed us about $200, $300 for no reason. Hey, mama took that money, went to the store, got whatever she needed. I was actually supposed to go somewhere that night. I didn't. I sat there with my mom, man. And when I tell you, she cooked a feast that could feed 12, but it wasn't but 2 of us in the building. You know what I mean? And man, when I tell you, I watched her that morning get on her knees before all this started, put her hands together and say a prayer like no other, man, and he delivered on time. And that was the first time I've seen the power of prayer, you know, because we didn't know how we was going to eat. And I mean, we had, this wasn't going to be like, oh, well, we'll eat tomorrow. No, we won't have to wait to the next week. You know what I mean? Yeah. We won't have no lights. This was going to have to wait till the next week, man. And moments like that, it shows you just not how powerful prayer is, but how powerful God is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He'll find people that you never would think, you know, to knock on your door. You get a visitor, you know, who is that? That's such and such. No, that's really God come to bless you. You know what I mean? And man, when I seen that, man, it hit me. I realized, and like you said, Kenny, you don't pray for things. You know what I'm saying? Because in that prayer, when she was talking, she wasn't praying that she needed $100 or she needed this. She just needed things to turn around. You know what I mean? And bro, I tell you, they came full circle that night, Kenny, Ashley. It brought nothing but tears to me and her, both our eyes, man. And I'm telling you, God is real. And the power of the tongue is mighty. You know what I mean?
Life and death. Life and death in that tongue.
You're right. You're right.
God rest my mother's soul. If I don't remember nothing else, she always said to me, watch your words.
Right.
Life and death lie in the power of your own tongue. Baby,
right.
that thing, listen. That's a good
Yep.
story. Now that's powerful. That's
Yep.
and I know that that's something that has withstood. I can tell by the way that you tell it. Like you can
Yeah.
still fall back on that and be like,
Right.
listen, I got the
Yeah.
receipts. I
Yeah.
know
Yep.
big God does the work.
Yeah.
I got the
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
receipts
I mean,
to
it's like it was
prove it.
yesterday.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a
I
real
did.
good one, bro.
You
That's
know,
good.
we all have been through, through
Oh
that.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We have. And I tell people this, y'all ever been around somebody and y'all talking, just relating to life and everything, but they swear like they never been through nothing and they want to make, man, look, okay, it's up to you whether you tell it or
Keep
not, but
living. You live long
you're not
enough, you'll go through.
right.
Better
You ain't
believe it.
gonna get in my face and tell me you ain't been through nothing.
That's okay.
Lying through his teeth.
And
Listen,
Ashley,
because and listen, and it might not have been anything to the magnitude
yeah,
that we've been through, but I
right,
Oh yeah.
guarantee you what? Keep
Yeah.
living. That's all my
yeah.
grandma
And
used to say. Keep living. Keep
that's what my
living.
mama
You
told this
go
dude
through
one
something.
time. My mama said, I tell you what, you ain't been through nothing. No, keep living. You'll see. You'll see. Oh,
No
man.
lie was told that day. Keep living.
No. Yeah, you're right about that. Man, Kenny,
Yeah.
bro, the push. Kenny just said he got the organization he trying to make called Push. Now, tell people one more time what it stands for because I like that.
Push stands for pray until something happens.
Pray until something happens. I like that. I like
Yep.
that. And that's I want you to shout out what you got going on. Well, what we got going on Sunday, man. Let the
Yeah.
people know right quick.
Yeah, man. Y'all for the men, young men ages 8 and up. We got our second speaking engagement. Well, we have our second speaking engagement of the King's Table coming up this Sunday. And
Right.
From 3 to 4 p.m. May 19th, this Sunday from 3 to about 4:30. It's gonna be a Modern Cigar in Malden, South Carolina. Y'all come out, man. Bring your brothers, bring your uncles, come out and get this good teaching, man. Get this good food. God gonna give me to give to y'all.
That's right.
Amen.
That's right. And Ashley, how can me and Kenny get down on this you know
Y'all want to be models? Y'all want to model?
yeah.
Whatever you need, sis. Whatever you need. Whatever you need.
Listen, I definitely reach out to you all. So what this is how faith and fashion collide. How
Okay.
faith and how fashion and health collide. I've always said when you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you show up as the best version of yourself. And the
Right.
best example I have is we've all, had a crappy day, right? Not felt
Yeah.
well
Yeah.
and laid in the bed. Laying in the
Right.
bed make you feel worse. But if
Yep.
you can manage to get up,
Mm-hmm.
put a little water on you, a little soap on you, get it lathered up, put some lotion on, so smell good. If you manage to
Yeah,
get up and start moving, you feel better.
that's
You're
it.
right. You're right.
If
You're
there's
right.
something in the pheromones, there's something in your body, there's something in going outside and getting some sunshine and some vitamin D that makes
Yeah.
you feel better.
You're right.
Laying in the bed just seems to make you feel 10 times worse.
Worse.
So that's where this comes into play, how fashion and putting on the clothes and feeling good and
Mm-hmm.
the release of the pheromones and the happiness, like the things that fashion can bring as far as health is concerned, the joy, and like it's a thing. It's
Yeah.
literally a thing. So
Yeah.
I'll definitely reach out to you guys. I'm like super
Okay.
excited is how people are really catching on to this faith and fashion and how
Yeah.
it's really a thing. It's not just something I say, it's a lifestyle. Like faith and fashion go hand in hand and I live it every day.
And you know
Look,
what?
every day.
I want
Every
to say this. And you damn good at it too.
Oh yeah,
oh,
You
always
hear
have.
me?
appreciate
She
you.
All
always has been.
fly all the time.
She always. But I remember you asked back years ago. Ashley always been like that. She's
Fly.
always been the one that's gonna show up and cut up.
But listen, that's the part that came natural and easy because Kenny know I come from that. My grandma was
Yeah.
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
My mother was that. It was
Sure
finding the
was.
purpose in it.
Mm-hmm.
To give God the glory. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? To further
Mm-hmm.
advance his kingdom. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was finding my purpose in that role, so it don't even
It
feel like
is.
work. It's natural. It don't even feel
Yeah.
It
like,
is.
It's
you
just
know what
in
I
you.
mean. It just does. It's
Yeah.
not work,
Yeah. And when
She
you got it
paid.
and
like
that's
that,
my purpose.
That's it. That's your purpose for real. I mean, it always
That's
has
my
been.
purpose.
Always has been.
Kenny,
No,
what do you feel like is your purpose, brother? You're a man of all
man,
things, bro.
man.
Give me the one that sticks out.
I got a definition for you first.
Okay. Here we go.
A subject under discussion or an action in course of execution.
Okay.
So, man, my purpose started off young before I knew what purpose meant and what it was. My grandma was always my motivator. She was always my inspiration. She was always my teacher. She was always my healer. She was always everything.
Okay.
She always had a word. She had a Bible verse. She had something she was going to give me to make me get me through my day or get me through whatever was trying to attack me, have a stronghold on me. So my purpose is what I do every day: motivate, inspire, uplift, and build, and educate. That's what my purpose is. I mean, and I eventually break that word down for y'all, but I want. I mean, if you want to break it down, I can break it down too, because you know I'm big on the word things. Break it down, so I can break. I got. If you want to, y'all want me to do it, I'll do it. But if not, we can hold off for another time. But you know, I mean, we'll do it then. You know, when I think about
We're
purpose,
here. No better time than the present.
I know it. When I break down that word purpose, man, the P is I had to have a plan, and the plan was something my grandma was doing me from the time I was able to understand what that was to now until she left me.
Okay.
And then the U stands for she was I had to have understanding in my purpose that God was giving me. I had to understand what He was doing with me and what He was giving me. Which when you understand, you know, you do better.
Yeah.
And then with the R, I had to research, read, and repent from certain things in order for my purpose to do what it needs to do for me. Then the other P, you know, is I had to practice, do a lot of practicing, a lot of reading, a lot of stuff like that to make sure my purpose is going to be well for me and people to see my purpose through what I'm just doing. Me not even looking for them to see it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then the O is I had to overcome some obstacles. Overcome some obstacles in my purpose to understand what the purpose actually to get into the foundation of my purpose. So I had to overcome some obstacles. And then with the S, sometimes I had to be just simply be silent and not say anything, just listen.
Yeah.
So God was telling me I had to be silent. And I'm doing a lot of that now. And then the E, I just basically had to I'm getting to a point now where I'm elevating myself in my purpose. I'm elevating. So that's what purpose is to me.
I got you. I like what you said about being silent, man. I had to learn that. I had to learn that.
Man,
you know,
best thing I did.
The way I had to learn it, man, is I don't need to react to everything or everybody. You know what I mean? I mean, let's be honest. We all see things. We all done got to that point where we gonna say something, but then we think about it.
Yeah.
You know what? This ain't even worth it. Or, I'm not going to say this to, I don't know what type of day they having or, because like we say, words are powerful, but at the same time, it's certain things that don't need to be said.
Yep.
Simple as that, man. And, you can brush it off your shoulder, let them go on about their day, because I'm one of them people, I wake up every morning. That's a blessing itself. You know what I mean? And, if I'm attacked, by words or something, I'm not gonna let it affect me. Yeah. But I used to be one of them people. You know what I mean? Well, I'm gonna clap back at you. You gotta.
Me too.
You couldn't clap at me and I ain't clap back at you. But now I'm at a level now, man, where I can just be like, hey, it is what it is.
Well, I'll let you
and that's that elevation.
Yeah,
that's
you're right.
That elevation.
Elevation. You're right.
That's it.
Because
and tell you something else. When God has a certain, I'm gonna say, and I wholeheartedly believe it. When God has a certain plan for your life, when He has His hands on your life to do a certain thing, you can't react the same way all the time. You can't react how you normally would when you were of your flesh and in your flesh. Now, I'm not saying that He expects us to be perfect,
right?
Because He knows that we're not.
Yep.
But I believe when you are part of His chosen,
Yep.
to do a work for him, can't
Yep.
move like that.
You're right.
Yep.
You're right.
Can't
Ashley.
move like that. You got people, whether they say it to you or not, they watching, they
That's
Yeah.
it.
looking.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
That's
And
it.
I never put on or put out here like I'm perfect. I want you to
Mm-hmm.
see my imperfection, like the
Yeah.
scar from my surgery. Because all that
Yep.
scar mean is that I survived. Huh.
Right.
That's
Right.
all that scar mean.
Right.
So I'm not
Right.
out here to, put out like I'm perfect, but I'm mindful
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
that I'm mindful of the work that I'm doing. And
Mm-hmm.
that
Yes.
God has his hands on me and what my purpose is. So I don't
Yes.
react the same. You can't afford to.
You're
You
right.
can't. You
You're right.
can't.
That's exactly what it is. You can't afford to act the same way you
Can't
used to.
afford to.
You're right.
No.
You're right. And I just hope, I wish a lot of people will understand that, man, because, you see so many people quick to react, like, hold up, man, just chill, just get back in your comfort, in your zone, and just let it go. It's not really affecting you like you think it is, but
Yep.
hey, it's
It comes
life.
with growth.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
comes with time. We didn't get
Yeah.
ours overnight.
Oh, no, it took a long time.
Oh yeah.
And listen, if
Long
we
time.
honest, this walk of faith, this walk of prayer, this walk of substance and growth is
Mhm.
a everyday thing.
You better
Right.
say it.
It's
Right.
not
Right.
just the I got it, a
Mhm.
few years ago when my head was dunked under that water and I've been walking right. Oh no. Oh no. It's every day.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's every day not to cuss somebody out.
Yeah.
It's every day to try my best to watch my words, not lose my
Yeah.
religion in the car,
Yeah.
not react to everything, to
Yeah.
listen more than I talk. It's every day.
You're right. You
So
absolutely
somebody
right.
tell you
Yeah.
they got it and they through, they lying.
Yeah,
It's
you're right.
every day.
You're right. You're absolutely right about that. I had to touch on that, man, because I
Yeah.
like Ashley say, it's every day.
Oh yeah.
Every day.
Yeah. And like
You
you
better
said,
believe it.
and it's like you said, like my grandma used to always tell me, and my uncles always used to tell me, if every action there's a reaction.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
And I'm at a place now, man. My energy and my peace is everything.
It is,
Amen.
bro.
Everything.
It
And
is.
that's why a lot of times I just be silent.
Yeah.
And even with being
Amen.
silent, people gonna put your name and stuff. They're gonna say you said
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
stuff. All because that same person is doing that don't like the person that you're close to and don't like you.
Yeah.
So
You're right.
I've learned that, man. That's why people say I don't see you no more, man. It's the reason why you don't see me.
Yeah, man.
I'm not the same
Exactly.
person. I'm not doing the same. I'm moving differently, and
Yeah.
you can't. Obviously, you
Exactly.
can't move. If I don't fool with you no more, you can't move with me.
Right.
Because God told
Right.
me I can't continue to do what
Exactly.
you want me
Yeah.
to do. If I'm
You're
trying
right.
to go, if I'm working on going here, I can't do it anymore, and I'm okay with that, man. I'm
You're
so
right.
okay. I really am.
I feel you.
Exactly. You
I
have
feel
to,
If I
you.
can
because
say,
eventually, if you talk it, you gotta walk it. Folks
You
see you
yeah,
now.
got to. You're right.
You can't just be out here hollering it and standing on business like the young folks say
Mm-hmm.
and
yeah,
not applying it to your own life. That's why you don't
that's it.
see me. I
That's
can't be
it.
hollering at you and telling it you XYZ and I'm out here, half
Mm-hmm.
naked, cussing,
Yep,
smoking,
yep,
showing out.
Ashley,
That
I'm gonna tell
totally
you.
goes against, you know what I'm saying? Like you
yeah,
can't do both. You can't
I'm,
be double-minded. The Bible even speaks to that. You can't be double-minded.
yep,
So no, eventually you have to stand on that. So yeah, that includes not going places, losing
yeah.
friends, even
Yeah.
family. It is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody can't go, and that's all right.
yep.
Tell y'all what my aunt told me. Ashley, you brought this to my attention just now. She was just telling me how proud she was of me, right? And I'm like, and I'm like, Auntie, I ain't didn't know. She said, I'm gonna tell you why. And she said, you know how you was 10 years ago, kind of hot head, fly off the hand or whatever. She said, you were standing on business, right? I was like, yeah. I said, you already know that 10 toes down. She said, now the same way you done changed and the same way you living your life now and you know what's best for you, I want you to stand on that. And when
That's
she
real.
Come
told
on.
me that, I said, you know what?
That's real.
Right? I said, but Auntie, I'm gonna tell you something even better. She said, what? I said, it's not even forced. I said, it's just me now. It's just in me. I said, I don't even think like I used to. The number of times she done had to get me out of some, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It don't even go across my mind no more. So, like you say, stand on business, wherever you at. You know, and
That's
if
it.
that's what you did back in the day, okay, and you done turned over a new leaf, stand on that new leaf, do what you got to do, walk in your purpose, and be who you are. Simple as
Listen, we standing on kingdom business.
That's it. That's
right.
it.
Okay,
That's
Right,
it.
right.
I'm gonna
But
put
you know
that on
what?
a shirt or something. I ought to put that somewhere.
Oh yeah, you got
Yep.
to. You got to. You got to.
Yep.
So look here, y'all. I know we always come up with a topic for the next one. I got it. Kenny said so. Peace and happiness.
Okay. Okay.
I like it.
I like it.
And happiness
like
is
it.
the next one we gonna do. And
I like it.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna be on here with that one longer than this one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Come on.
With just peace itself.
You're right.
What?
Right.
If I can run them down by that piece, run
I'm
them
telling
down.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Oh man.
You know, I want to say this. I want to say this to our viewers, whoever they may be. We may know you, may not know you, and I say this from the bottom of my heart because I've had many people out of state, people I don't know, people from other countries call me and say I've saved their life, I've touched their heart, I've made them change their ways by what I say. So y'all, it's a lot of power in what you say. There's a lot of power in your tongue. There's a lot of power in your action. A lot of power in what you do. Because somebody's always watching your movement. They're always watching what you say. They're watching if you put action behind what you're doing. They're always watching the things you do. And they're watching to see if you're going to continue to be the person that you are. So this podcast, man, y'all, this 864 podcast with me and my brother Thomas, who's the head of it, Ashley, my sister, me, we do this, man, because we actually giving y'all us. We're giving y'all us. And it's hard to it's not easy giving yourself to people. Because you're opening up, you know, to be judged, to be disliked, to be whatever. And it's because at the end of the day, we know God got us. Yeah. We're not gonna stop. Yeah. Even with the King's table, I'm already prepared for the backlash. I'm already prepared for what he thinks he did. I'm already, because every time I open up with something, I always open up with God first and prayer first. Because what that does, it covers all the men it covers me and the men in the house. So you know, if anybody watching this, man, if I tell you anything tonight, this evening, is to continue to be the best version of you. Continue to search, continue to pour, continue to research what needs to be researched, continue to trust God in it. Trust God through it, and trust God tremendously with whatever it is that you have. Whatever your hand touch, it will turn to gold if you trust and believe in yourself. Whatever you want, you will receive if you trust and believe in God. Whatever you have cried or whatever you've asked God to remove, trust and believe God will remove him. But when he remove it, don't go back to it. I don't take my car and drive down 85 backwards.
Woo!
Don't do that. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Stop doing that. Stop making excuses. Stop pointing fingers, because at the end of the day, that whatever you're going through, whatever you're dealing with, is based on you. So stop pointing fingers at your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, your boyfriend. Stop doing that. Stop putting the blame on somebody for your mishaps, your wrongdoing. Instead of pointing fingers, ask that brother, can you help me?
Come on.
We got to get to that point, y'all. My viewers, we got to get to that point. We're here not to be your daddy, not to be your father, we're here to be big brothers and sisters to you. That's what we are.
Amen.
But you got to reach out to us. And we're here. Amen. I promise you we're here. I promise we'll be here. Man, that's just something I want to leave with the viewers tonight, man. And I think that's something we need to start doing. I think one that we do, and whether it be me, you, Thomas, whoever it may be, whatever's on your heart, just let them hear it, because they need to hear it. Because you said something, Thomas, you said that people are starting to, call you from different people, people you don't know, and that's what happens. That's what God does, because we're doing His work. It don't mean we're perfect. Don't mean we're not gonna make mistakes, because we are. But we're doing this to make us better. So,
amen.
That's what I want to give, man.
Yeah, Ken, I ain't gonna lie. I had to write that down when you say you don't drive your car down 85 backward.
I don't.
That's a ball and a post, buddy. Woo, and I'm gonna tag you in it too.
Bars.
Yes.
Bars.
It's funny, y'all. It's funny, man. The change I've seen in me. I used to be so afraid, man, to talk. I used to be so afraid to say anything, but now my words and everything just flow. They flow, and I feel them when they flow, and it changes me when they flow. Everything just heats up and lines up. I just love God love God, man. I
Listen,
love
I
him.
can tell when you get to talking and your eyes be closed. I'm like, oh, he about to spit a ball. He about to spit a line. Kenny talking and rocking with his eyes
Like
closed. He
Ashley
about
know
to
me.
spit
She
a
know.
ball.
She know me. She know me. But then, I really, people say you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do it. All this goes to Miss Jessie Mae Moore. Mama, I love you from the bottom of my heart. Mama,
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you, Mama, and I'm gonna continue to do what you told me to do.
Yes, sir.
Everything I'm doing is because she gave this to me. She poured this in me. She put this in me. So, y'all, I'm gonna keep on keeping on until
Yes,
God take me out.
Amen.
Until God take me away, I'm gonna keep on keeping on. So,
I ain't
Amen.
mad at you, brother. I ain't mad
that's
at you.
it.
Well, y'all,
Thank y'all for allowing me to say that, man. That was
Okay.
it was on me, man. It was on me.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
We appreciate you for being obedient.
True.
Yeah.
You know, that's the honesty of it.
Yeah.
You're right
We
about
appreciate
that.
your obedience.
And y'all, that comes from my church, Change Your Mind Ministries. People say, like the sign, change your mind ministries. You got to change your mindset to have a better outlook on your mind and a better outlook on what you're doing.
You're right.
Change your mind ministries. You have to be able to. It says it itself. Change your mind.
Yeah.
Change your mindset. Change your outlook. Change the way you talk, the way you dress, the way you walk. Everything should be, but you're doing it for you, not nobody else. It's all for you to be a better version of you. And people ain't gonna like it because they're not. They so used to the people going the way they want to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't control me.
You can't, man.
Only person can control me is that man upstairs. Can
You're
nobody
right.
control me? No. Can nobody control me, my business, or anything anymore but me? Because I'm tired of giving that. I will no longer give nobody that power no more. You can't have it.
That's good.
Can't have it no more. So, man, this thing, Thomas, I tell you, man, like I said last week, God going to take us somewhere, man. And it ain't gonna be on this. It ain't gonna be on this in the room, in our living rooms, or where we at.
Come on.
I'm telling you, bro. Even with not just with this, but that kid table. I'm telling you, man, we getting ready to go. We getting ready to go because I hear my grandma saying, son, stay the course.
You got to
stay consistent and watch God work, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Amen.
Bro,
that's it.
I'm ready just like you are, man, on this journey, man. I can't wait. And like I said, I hope we can keep this Motivational Tuesday going.
Yeah, ain't no hope, man. Ain't no hope.
I was getting ready to say.
Ain't no hope, nothing. God gave
life
it to
and
us.
death. Life and death.
It's already done. It's already done, baby.
We thanking him in advance. At this point, we're thanking him in advance.
Thank you, Father, in advance for giving us this platform to be your child. It's done,
your
bro.
Your will be done.
Ain't got to hope nothing.
But
done.
That's just the way I am, man. I think
know you are.
I think, man, I want what I want to do. Like you said, Kenny, it's gonna be bigger than just this, from the living room. I would love to do like a Motivational Tuesday, live somewhere.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I was going to say, let's start hitting these venues up and start doing these venues.
It would be dope. It would be.
They're gonna let us do it. They'll love that, man, because they need it too.
Yeah, they do.
And it's a lane that's not tapped into around here at all.
You're right, Ashley.
You just created a lane.
That's it.
You're right about that.
That's it, bro.
They're saying, man, you doing the Motivational Tuesday? They hit me before I even think about it. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing it every Tuesday. All right, well, if I don't catch it tonight, you share it tomorrow. I'm gonna catch it or whatever. I send you something, So hey, it's been a blessing. It's gonna be a bigger blessing.
Matter of fact, man, we need to talk about that sometime next, but we'll probably talk about it Sunday. About finally starting having locations, start doing this Motivational Tuesday.
That's cool.
Because
let me know anything I can do. Like
you part of it, sis. You part of it, so you can look too. If you find location first,
listen, because a lot of time it ain't what you know, but who you know.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I can reach out to a few folk. We can get started.
Me too.
Let's do it then.
I know you know everybody, Kenny.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
You know everybody.
Matter of fact, I already got one right now. I can call. I already got one that's gonna say yeah. I already got one right now. I already got one.
See?
Yeah. But
and all you gotta do is get started. A lot of the times, all you have to do is get even scared. Get started.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. Well, y'all, man, I ain't gonna lie, I've enjoyed it again.
Always.
And next week, remember, peace and happiness.
All right. Got
Y'all be ready for
Got
that.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm locked and loaded. I'll be ready for that. Have my
I ain't
notes.
gotta get ready because when you stay
Can
ready,
stay
you
ready.
ain't gotta get ready.
That's it.
Hey, that's
Oh,
what I'm
look.
talking about. You right about
Hey, I
that.
already have my definitions in my ready to break the words down. I'm already ready. I'm
Oh,
already
Lord.
ready. I'm already ready.
I'm
I
gonna
stay
start
ready.
calling Kenny Webster's. That's your
I'm
new
already
name,
ready.
Webster.
I'm already ready. Hey, I stay ready. And you
Well,
funny
give
since
a
you said it
definition.
because that's what I got on my phone too. I don't play no game. I don't
I'm
play
gonna
no
start
game.
calling Kenny Webster.
I don't play no
Webster
game.
Jr.
I don't play no game.
Hey, man. I
I
enjoyed y'all, man. I
don't
really
play
did.
no game.
Hey, we're gonna do it again next Tuesday.
All right.
Man. So with
All
that
right.
being said, y'all know what this is. The One Nation
Peace.
Podcast 864 signing off.
Peace. Y'all
All right,
be
y'all.
good. All right. Have a good night, y'all.
What's up?
Bye.
Bye.